stunning looks than swift.
On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo MatchDay. India put their fans' hearts in their mouths, but they managed to get the job done against Australia. Up next is Afghanistan, as the home team is filled with the sense of confidence that this could very well be their World Cup. Afghanistan, off day against Bangladesh in Dharamshala. They need to put up their best as the two teams meet at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi. I've got Steyn and Anil Kumble with me. I guess the first question would be whether conditions are expected to be similar than the 800 runner that we got between Sri Lanka and South Africa. Anil, in which case, does Ashwin become a part of that 11, or are we looking for an extra pacer for this one?
I think conditions should look, or at least be similar to the ones that South Africa played Sri Lanka. I don't expect any changes there, and if that is the case, then yes, you would certainly look at bringing on a pace bowler instead of Ashwin, and perhaps go Mohammad Shami, because it's a good surface.
Yeah.
And against Afghanistan, three proper pacers along with Hardik, and then you have, of course, Kuldeep and Jadeja to give you the spin overs. So, yeah, I feel that would be the way to go. If it's a wicket that is similar to the one that South Africa played Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I guess you talk about role clarity also, and I guess what we're picking up from the outside is that it's either Ashwin or Shardul Thakur, and Shami is ideally competing with one of Bumrah or Siraj. Now, is this the opposition that makes you say you can afford to play a batter, or rather the less batter of the two, and play a specialist bowler?
Yeah, I know India have used Shardul Thakur, but I would certainly lean towards having a Mohammad Shami in terms of the quality and the ability that he brings in. Because if you look at Afghanistan, Gurbaz has been their go-to player, and he's in great form. So you would want to get Gurbaz early with three quality opening bowlers, and that's one of the reasons why I thought perhaps against Afghanistan. And if it's a good surface, there was some grass on it, and we saw the South African bowlers get some swing. Marco Jansen got the ball to come back in, and so yes, in that sense, get your best bowlers. You know
both the bowlers quite well and what they have to offer, and you also understand why Shardul would outrank Shami in terms of balance for this team. But given this opposition, does that change your mind? Because otherwise we expect it will be either Ashwin or Shardul.
Yeah, you kind of always think that, and I feel for Shardul right now, because I'm looking at the surface and I'm going, well, if it's such a good surface to bat on, then you can back your batters to score some runs, and you want a specialist bowler. You don't kind of want the all-rounder that can kind of give you maybe a little bit here and a little bit there. He might not bat. So in that case, you definitely want somebody who's a specialist bowler throughout and out and out. Who's the better of the two? Well, Shami is definitely the better of the two bowlers, so I'd go in that case. If it was a pitch that I thought, well, looks like a pitch where it could be a bit of both for everybody, then maybe you want to play the all-rounder. If it's spinning, obviously you got Ashwin. So in this case, unfortunately, I would also probably go in the case of having a specialist out and out quick. You got your three quicks that can do damage, and you got your spinners. So yeah, I'd probably also try and bring in the likes of Shami.
In this, we don't expect this to be a tough game for India, but we, of course, should know that you can't take an Afghanistan lightly. The challenge, Dale, seems to be they've got a good-looking bowling lineup. A lot of their bowlers impress in the T20 leagues they play. They just cannot seem to put a score together. Now, what can they do from a batting front to stay in the contest? Because you do have bowlers that can cause opposition batters problems.
Yeah, it's tough. I think you just got to hang out there for a little bit longer the whole time. That's the key thing on these wickets, where they're not entirely threatening. If you do apply yourself, you can bat for long periods of time. It's more about throwing your wicket away, really, and playing shots that are unnecessary. And I cast my mind back to that game that Afghanistan played against Bangladesh, and it was like, as there was a drinks break, and I can't remember who the batter was, like first ball after drinks, big shot, wicket. Gurbaz throws his bat down almost in frustration. Next over, first ball of the over, he plays this very similar shot, hits it down deep extra covers, throw it for a catch. And you think to yourself, if you just apply yourself for like a little bit longer, 5 overs, maybe 10 overs, you're going to get your team to a total that potentially you can work with. So it's just about applying yourself for a little bit longer. You're not always going to get magical balls. These pitches are not made like that. But it's just about applying yourself for longer periods.
We saw they did almost, put Sri Lanka a great scare, give Sri Lanka a great scare in the Asia Cup. So does a flat surface, small ground almost bring them into the contest as a batting side?
No, it does, but I agree with Dale that it's not just about going there and then getting your strike rate up. It's not just about that in a 50-over game. You still need partnerships. You need long partnerships. You need to keep wickets intact, and that's something that Afghanistan haven't really done in ODI cricket. So yes, if they have to certainly give India a push, then they'll have to bat really well, score that 280, closer to 300, which they are capable of. I mean, they are good quality side, even with the batting lineup. It's just that they don't seem to bat slightly deeper and longer, because Rashid Khan bats at number 8 or number 9, and he's a good player too. So in that sense, if Afghanistan can just look to extend their innings, then they will get the runs. It's not about the runs. It's about extending and lasting 50 overs with your main batters, rather than getting Mujibs and Naveen Ulak's the opportunity to bat. So that's something that Afghanistan will have to do.
Yeah, and final question, I guess, is on Ishan Kishan. Now, Shubman is going to miss at least one more game. We're hearing it might even be the Pakistan game. How important are these set of games for someone like Ishan? Got a first ball against Australia. There's Pakistan coming up next. Is there any merit in having him bat any differently, or you just have to accept that Ishan will get first ballers, and maybe this is the game for him?
Yeah, this is the game for him. So yes, it's important for India and also for Ishan Kishan to get runs at the top of the innings, because we don't know. Yes, Shubman Gill will certainly miss this Afghanistan game, but we don't know whether he's going to be ready for the Pakistan game, hoping that he will be ready. So it's important from an India's point of view that Ishan Kishan settles into that top order and opening the batting and getting some runs under his belt. And this is a good surface. We have seen that, and I'm sure it will remain the same against Afghanistan. So it's a good sort of opportunity for Ishan to get some runs.
Yeah. Prediction, if I may say, will this be an easy win for India?
Yeah, I would say it's probably be not an easy win, but a win for India. Afghanistan on their day with their bowlers, are capable of anything. But I think what we saw the other day with the surface being as flat as it is, I think India will overpower Afghanistan with both bat and ball.
Surely India?
They should. Yeah, India should.
All right, more with Anil Kumble and Dale Steyn as we build up to that game on Wednesday. Join us then for Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Matchday.
Stunning looks, then swift,